tuning into the center of the heart, opening the center of the heart into a expansive bubble surrounding your space, growing this bubble with every breath. Anchoring this energy down into the earth through the base of the feet, the ends of the toes, all the way into the center of the earth, anchoring now into the golden light grids of planet Earth. Breathing in the energy of the earth, inhaling and exhaling to release and recycle anything that is not yours, surrendering back to the earth. Receiving the golden light on the inhale, and now extending your energy upwards into the sky, upwards into the crown, the highest, and welcoming the golden light, the angelic frequencies of Christ consciousness, of the fully embodied Merkaba to surround us, to protect us, to guide us. All right, beautiful. Let us tune in, asking for questions today to receive information about what is currently happening in our experience. I'll remind you that if you'd like to add your personal energy to this reading, any comments will be added to this. If you're commenting and watching a replay, your energies will still be more deeply part of the energy and therefore help me to tune into you personally. Our main card today, the heart of the matter, we have the Empress, which I'm not surprised. Really, we are stepping into a full awareness of how powerful we are. This is about our creative power. This is about our fertility. This is our wombs, our connection to divinity, our connection to all, to life source energy. This is also just as simple as creativity, like wanting to paint and to write and to go to theaters. You know, this is a very feminine and expressive part of ourselves that is at the center of who we are. And this is for those of us who know our divine power. We have an inkling of it at the very least, or, you know, some part of us that understands that we are connected to something greater. We are a part of something that is whole. So it's really beautiful. Welcome. So happy to have you here. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this creative energy. So happy to see it. All right. So mostly looking into love right now, with the coming of Valentine's Day really bringing it into the forefront of our minds in our collective societal experience. Yes, creative experience is very helpful. So in the main energy of love, you know, question just like, okay, where are we at in terms of our love experiences? We have the 10 of Cups, which is just super exciting to receive as the main energy. So yeah, and self-love is absolutely the center of this. So if that's what you're experiencing and you're like, oh, that's the only version of it that I have, well, that's it. Because when you have the self-love, like, look how Buddha is an expression of the overflow, right? Because of his joyous belly and this laughter that comes, you see that smile, right? And so it has this abundance energy to it, and that's really beautiful. And that's what love is like for us. So when we are experiencing love in connection with another person, that is because we're overflowing in our experience of it within ourselves. And the other person is also overflowing. And then we come together, we have this abundant experience. And, you know, it has fluctuations, of course, but that's the general energy that we want to be coming at in terms of relationships to access this version of it. So this is what I'm seeing coming for us. And it definitely starts with ourselves, right? We know that we have to experience it within ourselves in order to have the external mirror of that show up. And sometimes the gap between that is a little bit confusing because there's a part of us that's like, yeah, but is it enough? You know, am I really loving myself to the fullest that I can to be able to access this external mirror of it? And that kind of judgment or measurement is false, because this type of energy doesn't play in the realms of time or quantity. It is endless, like a spring. There's no end to the abundance of it, right? 10 is full circle. It means you have the whole picture. It means all of it's present. There's always a recycled version. It keeps going, right? 10 is also a 1. So and it has the 0, which is the symbol that we're looking at right now. Like there's no limitation present in this energy. So our hearts are really on fire about that. Or should we say in water about that, you know, very fluid and like, ooh, yeah. It feels really juicy, and I see a lot of discernment as well. So I want to look at this discernment piece, because in terms of our hearts, I know that the feminines, the divine feminines, have been very protective of our hearts, and we're not really interested in playing the old games or following the old stories. So what is it that is going to be lighting us on fire? That's my question. So we have, first of all, the Ace of Cups, which is a new offer, a beginning of something. And it's like it's the Holy Grail in one sense of the term, right? Like the thing we've been really waiting for arriving. But it's also a first step, kind of a baby step almost. One of the things that I note just about this specific card and the energy of it is that there's a sort of role reversal with the seahorses. And also there's this beautiful pearl, which kind of references something precious that we are safeguarding or growing even. So let me know if you relate to this in terms of your heart and what you're wanting to experience in terms of love. So yeah, the role reversal has a sort of twist kind of energy. It's kind of like learning how to be in your masculine energy so that you can feel safe enough to play in your feminine energy. Another way to say that is you learn how to be angry so that you can feel safe to rest. You learn how to fight so that you can go to sleep. Okay, so this is that kind of like, we're starting something new, but it does have this, something about it is really unique. Now the other experience with the heart, we have the Strength card. Ah, of course. Oh, you know what? I just noticed something about the Strength card that I've never seen before in this particular deck. The fruit right here is a reference. I feel I'd love to personally pull it together to reference the forbidden fruit, right? And I see this as well because this step out of Eden in the history of humanity was an experience of stepping out of our wildness. So a lot of people refer to the time before suffering, the Garden of Eden reference, as being a sort of animalistic version of ourselves where we didn't have consciousness, right? We weren't self-conscious, we weren't self-aware. And so as we are now connecting into this empowered heart space, right? This is about our love. This is what we're talking about. But the fruit, the forbidden fruit, is this reference to something that we haven't had access to before. Information and awakening awarenesses that will blast our minds open into a new perspective, a new experience, a new dimension, even a new reality. And this is also a conversation, I believe, about bringing Eden, the experience of heaven, into our physical experience of earth. So there is that kind of union experience with that, as we see as well in the union of this very soft feminine and this very ferocious masculine. And together between the two of them, they have the ultimate strength and power, right? I felt like that was all over the place. There's so many pieces at once. So I want to pull it together a little bit. Let's do that with the Rose Oracle. So let's pull in specifically some of the Magdalene, Mary, Christ consciousness as well, codes from the goddess temples. We have the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, and secret beginnings. So inner winter is a reference to the menstrual cycle. When we are in that phase, and also when we're in the winter season in earth seasons, we have this experience of what we call void. Void is a place where the infinite possibility lives. It's nothingness, and because there's nothing there, there's also everything there because of the possibility. Okay, so this is a creator mind that is existing inside of this void, right? You see the possibility come to life within your mind's eye, within your etheric body. And in that place is an exploration, a curiosity, creative experience. And then after the void, after you come out of it and you bring it back into the physical realm, is when you can start to actually create that into something physical. But in this specific phase of the creation process, you're in the vision, yeah? So in the feminine cycle, in cyclical living, this is the time for witches or for sorceresses, however you want to call yourselves, somebody who works with the womb and with the womb as a magical organ. We connect the winter phase, the menstruation phase, with this void. So we can release everything there. It turns into nothingness again, and back to the full cycle of endless possibility, and then to create something new. And to create something new, you can bring it back with you, right? So that phase is so beautiful. Very interesting as well, because relevant in our current energies is this Aquarian revolutionary kind of experience, right? And collectively we are kind of stepping into the revolutionary energies quite literally. So I'm also curious about that. Let's tune into the collective experience of bringing in love as the antidote to war. We have Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. And you see the fire element symbol there from that ancestor. Okay, so hidden in plain sight. This is a reference to the internal processes that are the true manifestations and embodiments of the mysteries. So when we talk about the Holy Grail, we talk about the secret societies, right? These kinds of mysterious experiences that are living within us. We are learning that they are actually literally within us, that we are creating them. We are experiencing or living them personally, literally. It's not this thing that's outside of us, right? It's something that is actually literally inside of us. And so whenever we're trying to disconnect ourselves or subconsciously disconnecting ourselves by referring to ourselves as separate from the mystery, the secret, the beautiful gold pot at the end, you know, whenever we think that there is something grass greener on the other side, we think that somebody else has figured it out better than we have. You know, anytime that we're displacing ourselves like this, what's happening is that we are stepping out of our power. And so when we realize that we actually are the creators, we get to choose what we're doing and what we're experiencing. And so what we have in front of us is exactly what we chose. And this isn't to say that every single thing, I'm talking about your perspective, your experience of reality, right? So when we're in that state, we're in a state of empowerment because we're able to accept the experience that we have in front of us as well and be able to work with it. We're not collapsed under it, right? So there's an ability to move with it and to even manipulate the energies so that something that might be considered a challenge becomes an opportunity, for example. All right, so I've been feeling Isis to come through to offer a language of light message. There may also be some more tangible messages, but as we step into the language of light, I would encourage you to receive from your heart and to listen from that place. This language goes beyond the subconscious and conscious mind. And so I see 333 on my clock right there. There is a kind of like a subliminals is the concept, an ability to bypass the logic and to penetrate deeper into the heart of you as you receive the messages from Isis here. The card we received from this deck is the Pyramid of Light. It says, step your vibration deeper into love. And we have a solar embodiment there at the top of the pyramid, as well as we have an eye there on the pyramid. Really beautiful fire reference, okay. Let's see. Let's put that right there. So just inviting the golden light from above to begin to flow downwards, to open the window above the top of your head to receive this honey-like substance, this liquid gold penetrating through your skull and soaking every cell of your hair follicles into your brain even, and continuing this pattern of allowing yourself to receive the light in the form of liquid gold falling from above and marinating your entire being, your entire field in liquid gold from the goddess Isis. Ajoge Siyas Ayata, dear sweet beings, I invite you to connect with your third eye, to look deeper into the color of gold. You do not understand the intensity of the power that you hold. In your vision, your eye, your true eye, your spiritual eye inside of you, look deeper and you shall find your true eye. Your true I stems from the I am. This is the frequency from which you originated. The I am from which you originate, from which you aike, aisotete, aike nata, ayakasayanaya, from which you create. We say that you came from there, but what we really mean is that you have embodied this energy and that you now create from this energy. And so now you must fully embody this energy by believing that you are capable of being the God and the Goddess embodied. Koshonesia aleana asakrayandach, itasiyat ruidashai. Open your heart, sweet friend. Your heart is where you hold your capacity. It is in this space where you must open and expand to receive the dreams that you say you want. Koshale karayanda shaya ayanda ikanda si ayaya. Hoso se angrea so. It is underneath the surface that you hold the deepest resistance to embodying your dreams. It is in your sacral and your root chakras, as you call them. They are the places in your body where you hold shame and where you hold judgment. This is where you must go in order to release your resistance to shining as brightly as you are truly destined. Koshole karenda shoyanda asarianda kaseya, noskoyanda kasaya, I karenda shia, also te andasai, also kenda shoria. It is only once you learn how to breathe that you will be able to see beyond. It is only once you learn to move freely without inhibition that you will feel like you can fly. Kweshana ia salaya nta ikrento koisa ikrenta sai osana ia ntai. You must learn to breathe, to open your hearts, to expand your space like a bubble, like a hot air balloon ready to rise. Please fill your hearts with breath, my friends. It is so important at this time to focus on these simple truths, as these are the foundations by which we will be ascending and expanding the human consciousness. Quesolasianta, quesolasiankean, osholali. You shall notice your throats beginning to open. You shall notice a sort of explosive vibration of expression. Please know that your power is very, very expressive through the voice, that it is important for you to be gentle in how you communicate with your loved ones. Please know that your anger is sacred and needs to be expressed, but that you are not to express this in sharp or violent ways towards your loved ones. Offering gratitude to our ancestors for their teachings, their messages, their efforts, for sharing their lineage. Offering gratitude to the spirits, the guides, the angels, the earth, the beings who are constantly surrounding us and supporting us and guiding us, giving us information, giving us signs. Offering gratitude to our teachers, the people who challenge us and the people who support us, the people who receive and the people who give to us. Offering gratitude for the people who are purging, who are sick, who are clearing our planet, our collective energy. Offering gratitude for their enormous sacrifice of clearing for us. Offering gratitude to the people who are experiencing joy and life, who are bringing love into this planet, who are bringing money into this planet. Offering gratitude for the people who are thriving, who are reminding us that it is possible to experience joy in this lifetime, who are reminding us that fertility is still present here in this lifetime, that life is coming, that life is growing. Offering gratitude to ourselves for our presence here, for being willing to experience this life, for being willing to be fully present in everything that we are experiencing. Offering gratitude for the light to help show the way out of the darkness. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much for listening to this beautiful reading, for being a part of this energy. Again, if you would like to connect your energy more with this, to receive more messages like this, please add your comments, your likes, your shares, your follows as well, so that I can connect more specifically to your energy. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find that in the link in my bio, as well as a free play shop that's on there called BLISS KEYS. So that's there for you if you haven't accessed it yet. A free offering where I give you an hour-long connection with myself and a little guided practice of connecting with your highest self and receiving gift from her to take back with yourself. So that's there for the ladies. And I'm wishing you a really beautiful day. I'm going to leave now to close this, and then I'll come back for some personals. Sending you so much love.